Hi and welcome back. I am Clarice and this is my channel where I talk all things women, helping women, empowering women, and helping that woman who knows she's meant for more finally answer that call. If it's your first time here, please make sure to subscribe and stick around so you don't miss a thing. So this time I decided to change things up a little bit. I have a few questions that somebody sent me who wants them answered. So I'm going to ask the questions and then answer them, trying to explain because I feel like it's going to help more than just one person to share my insight on these questions. Okay, so the first question is, what was the number one shift that helped me balance my feminine and masculine energy? Okay, so we all know we have both feminine and masculine energy within us. So the goal is to find a way so they can both live in harmony within you. And the one thing I did, I wouldn't say it was a shift, but the thing I did was healing. I went on my healing journey to finally, which helped me balance both my masculine and feminine energy. And it also took me a while. It took me like between 2 and 3 years to finally reach the space where I know, okay, I'm in harmony with both my masculine and feminine energy. So it started with like I healed my inner child, and I feel like when I did that, it kind of opened up the door for more healing, and it helped me finally step out of that box and wanting to see that bigger picture and look within myself to see, okay, what hasn't been working for me and what will work for me. And just after that, I feel like when I did that, it kind of showed me how worthy I am. It showed me who I am and who I want to be. So what I did with my inner child healing is basically you don't have to do some magic woo-woo stuff really at the end. The only thing I did was I was in my apartment, I was sitting on my couch, and I closed my eyes and I was like, okay, let me go back to a time where I feel I needed me. And it came down to where I was like we were living in this house as a child, and it was this hallway, and she was standing there, and I walked up to her and I asked her, what do you need? And it's not like she communicated with me, it was more like a feeling. It was like more that she needed love. She needed to be seen. She needed to know that what she's going through is something she doesn't deserve right now. So I gave that to her, and I told her, I hugged her and I felt that, and then I started journaling, and I basically wrote her a letter telling her that you don't deserve what you're going through right now. The circumstances isn't your fault. It's not where you're meant to be. And I told her that the way you're feeling is valid. You are allowed to feel the way you're feeling. And then I also told her, like, I see you, I feel you, I'm proud of you. And then right then and there, I decided that I've got me. I felt like nobody had her, so I made the choice of I have me. And I told her basically in my journaling letter that I told her that it's okay, I've got you. And I told her that you turn out to be an amazing, powerful, strong, beautiful woman, and I will make sure of that at the end of the day. And I felt like in that moment, with me just holding myself and holding space for myself and seeing myself in my own wounds, it really helped me shift my perspective about myself and my worthiness. That was the biggest thing I did. And then after that, I started working on my mother wound. So even if you had an amazing mother or amazing parents, you probably still have a mother wound because our parents are only human. It's their first time doing it. And I feel like with my generations, I'm sure it differs from everybody, but with my generation, like my parents didn't have the tools I have now. Like I can do a parenting course where my parents didn't do that or didn't have access to that or didn't even know about that. So, and I feel like it's impossible to give everything that your child needs. And even as a mother myself now, I know that I can't give my child everything he needs all the time. But anyway, what I want to get down to is the mother wound is basically the feminine. It is your first model of what feminine energy is. So if you have a mother wound, you would have like a wounded feminine. Just like with your father, if you have a father wound, you would be in your wounded masculine energy. So what I did was I healed my mother wound and I healed my father wound. So that and then that helped me balance both my feminine and masculine energy to find harmony in my feminine energy and find harmony within my masculine energy. But I do want to say, like, I first healed my mother wound, and then it was only like, I want to say 1.5 to 2 years after that I fully heal my father wound, or that I realized that I had a big father wound as well, and that I didn't have that healthy masculine container I needed as a child. So also I want to say with this is it takes time. Just be patient with yourself, but as long as you're taking the steps every day, or if you can't every day, that's also okay, but as long as you take consistent steps to heal those wounds, you will be able to finally heal your feminine and masculine wound and get to that shift where both energies are balanced where both of those energies are balanced within you. Okay, yeah. And what I also want to say when it comes to healing is I think a lot of people are afraid of healing because of the darkness of it. And a lot of people are like, they don't want to go in and scratch open old wounds because it will hurt too much. I basically did that, but I'm very in touch with my emotions, and at that point I realized that this is what I had to do. But I do want to say there are other ways that can help you with that. Like what I did was the road I took was I did journaling, I did shadow work, I did manifestations, I did breath work, and I also went to see a psychologist who helped me. And I want to say, like, if you do go to a psychologist or a therapist, make sure you get to one who wants to give you the tools to help yourself later on in life, so that you don't keep coming back to them at the end of the day. And that's something I respected about my psychologist, is he told me from the beginning is, I'm going to help you, but I do want you to get to a point where you can help yourself, or where you can do it yourself, which really helped me. But I also want to introduce something else, and I know a lot of people don't believe in this, or they feel it's taboo or something, but like energy healing, okay, yes. So what I lately did was I went for body talk sessions, and I do have an episode on body talk where I talk to a practitioner. Her name is Fiona, and she is amazing. I went for 2 sessions in the last 2 months, and the things she discovered within me and the subconscious limiting beliefs I still had in me, I don't think I would have like healed them in normal psychologist sessions or in journaling or whatever. So, and the amazing thing about that is she also says you don't have to go into that dark place to finally heal those wounds. So what Body Talks is, it's basically the trauma that's stuck in your body. She helps release them, and you don't have to feel with them, or you don't have to deal with them anymore. So that is really something I would suggest if you're somebody that doesn't want to go into that deep dark healing phase. But also, if you went through the trauma and you handled the trauma, you can also handle the healing. You really can. And it doesn't feel good at the moment, but it only gets better. Once you set your mind on, this is what's best for me right now, you will keep choosing yourself until you reached that final destination of, this is what's best for me. Okay. So that's what I basically want to say around healing. And I do suggest that everybody does that, because we all have something that we need to heal from at the end of the day. So it's just to take that first step and saying, okay, I do need healing, and I really want to balance both my feminine and masculine energy. And if you start working towards that, you will reach your end goal. I fully believe that. It's just, you just need to make that choice of, I'm going to do this, and then start doing it. Okay. So my next question is, what are the signs I notice when I'm stuck in my masculine, and how do I soften back? Okay. The ways I notice I'm in my masculine is when I feel out of alignment, when I feel like I'm forcing things, when I feel like nothing brings me joy, or I feel like I'm being drained, or I feel like I'm not excited by life. Like nothing in my life is like, I want to say, turning me on. Like nothing is exciting me. I feel bland. I feel plain. I feel negative, I feel drained, I feel emotional. Okay, we do get through emotional phases, but they usually last a day or two. But you're not supposed to feel like for a week long, like dead and plain, or negative and down under. I want to say that is my biggest indications that I am currently in my masculine energy, or like overstepping. I'm not in balance within the two. So then I find I try to be aware of that, and then I find ways to soften. Like what I would usually do is, when I get to that point where I feel like that, is I will take a rest day, or 2 rest days, or 3 rest days. It depends on how much rest my body needs at the end of the day, or my mind needs at the end of the day. But I would focus on not spending that time on my phone or doom scrolling or anything like that. I feel like that usually makes it worse. So what I would do is, I would add some like whimsy in my life, if I can say it like that. I would get back into a routine of doing a candlelight shower or candlelight bath, and I would add some little luxuries into my life, or I would journal with candlelight, and or I would read a book. Sometimes I do feel overstimulated, especially when I've been too much in hustle or force mode. Then reading a book doesn't really help me. It doesn't do the thing for me. So I would just take that time to slow down, and I would try to be present, and I would try to remember, okay, what makes me happy? What lights me up? What turns me on in life? What makes me excited? And how can I adjust my current state into doing the things that make me happy? And how can I soften? I do ask myself is, how can I soften right now? How can I slow down right now? How can I relax right now? How can I put my mental health and my emotional health first right now, so that I can go from that masculine overdrive back into my feminine, my soft feminine and relaxed feminine. And yes, and also one thing I notice is I get very agitated when I am too much in my masculine energy, and unfortunately I do take it out on my child, but I'm human. And then and I would take a step back and realize, like, okay, I'm not liking me right now. Something within me is out of alignment. How do I get that back? So I feel like the shift I do is just, I feel within myself and find awareness of myself, of, am I in alignment or am I out of alignment, and how can I get back into alignment that feels good for me? Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So the next question is, what is feminine energy really, and what is it not? Okay, I'm gonna start with what is feminine energy not. Feminine energy is not dresses you wear or the makeup you wear, or it's not passive also. Feminine energy, I feel like it is a pillow. I know that sounds weird right now, but like, imagine the softness of a pillow. Like, it's your place of relaxation, it's softness, it's soft. I feel like feminine energy is not something outside of you, it's something within you. I feel like it's a state of mind, it's the energy within you, it's how good you feel on the inside. I feel like a lot of people have a misconception about what feminine energy is, and it's not that. Feminine energy is the way you hold yourself, the way you feel about yourself. It's the way you carry yourself. It's the way you express yourself. It is, I feel like feminine energy is one of the most beautiful things a woman can fully live in. Because it's soft, it's tender, it's nurturing, it's attentive, it is emotional, but in the most beautiful way. And it's graceful. Yes, it's graceful, and it's just being. It's just being a woman and loving the fact that you're a woman and knowing that you can relax and be surrendered to the flow of life and just know that everything will work out for you. I feel like feminine energy is softness. She's like that comfort. It's sweet, it's soft, it is nurturing. It's just, I feel like, I think I'm repeating myself right now, but feminine energy is really, it is a beautiful thing, but it starts with having a beautiful heart, because that's where feminine energy is at the end of the day. It's in your heart, and it's the way you live and the way you show up every day. Yes, that is feminine energy. That's my honest opinion about what I feel feminine energy is. Okay, so the next question is, how do I tell the difference between a man in his healthy masculine versus wounded masculine? Okay, I feel like with this we're going to look at some traits. I think I've made a video. Yeah, I did make a video about this. But okay. So, signs of a wounded masculine is, I feel like men tend to have this thing where they are mostly in their ego. So, I think it will be themes around ego. So, they will be driven by lust or money or power. Whereas I feel like a healthy masculine man is driven by purpose and intent. And he focused, instead of lust, he focused on connection. I feel like that is actually a big problem right now in the world, that lust is being chased. I want to say like that. Other signs are like, for wounded masculine is like, he's very passive or he's very aggressive. And I feel like a healthy masculine man is very present. He also, maybe a wounded masculine man is like living in a victim mentality, and a healthy masculine man has the ability to take accountability of his own life. He's not a victim. He is a creator of his own life. He's action driven. He's disciplined. Yes. And I feel like a man who lacks discipline is also very much in his unhealthy masculine energy. So, and yes. So the masculine energy, I want to say, it's purpose driven, it's disciplined, it's contained. So that's why you would find a lot of men in the gym, because they are more body focused, more discipline focused, and more consistent, whereas women are a bit laid back when it gets to that. So I feel like the more discipline a man has, the more it is a example of how healthy he is in his masculine energy. But I also do want to say is, some may seem like they've got these big muscles and all those stuff, but they're not in their healthy masculine. That is something I've noticed. That is men that really just want outside validation, and I feel like that's a huge trait also, is like an unhealthy masculine would look for outside validation, whereas a healthy masculine would have internal validation. He would know who he is, and he doesn't care what anybody say, think, or feel about him. Obviously, it comes down to ego. He's not living in a place of his ego. And obviously, he can hold space for your emotions, a healthy masculine. He can be attentive towards you. And like I said, he doesn't focus on lust or worldly things, power and money and chasing the next best thing. He is present, he is attentive, he is within himself. He's purpose driven. There's a huge difference between hardworking and ambition and being actually purpose driven and living with intention. So I feel like that basically sums it up, of what I feel like is the difference between healthy masculine and wounded masculine. Okay, so the next question is, what is one embodiment ritual that always makes me feel magnetic? Oh, I love this one. Okay, this is gonna sound a little bit silly to some, I feel, but that's okay. So I've got this thing where I'm like, when I feel a bit low and I feel like I'm not in alignment or whatever, and I feel like I need a little bit of magnetism, I want to say. What I do is I pretend I put a crown on my head. So I already felt that now, because I like what it does. It corrects your posture. It just try it once. Believe me, you will feel the difference. It changes your energy. It changes the way you feel about yourself. It changes how you feel other people see you. It's just this amazing thing that just helped me step into that royalty feeling of I am worthy, I am magnetic, letting go of my limiting beliefs and anything holding me back from my fullest, highest self. So I just pretend I've got this crown on my head, and then I feel like it makes me magnetic. Because if you think about it, in what energy is a queen or a princess? They are in worthy energy, because not anybody can be a queen or a princess or whatever. So it's just, and everything always comes down to mindset if we look at it like that. So if you can change that mindset and be like, oh, but I'm a princess, I'm worthy, I'm good enough, it really changes your whole perspective on who you are and how you show up and how people treat you. And it's just treating myself like a princess at the end of the day, or like treating myself as a queen. I don't know, some women, I feel like they lean more to princess treatment and others more to queen treatment, or whatever the word is you choose. Like, I feel like that is an amazing embodiment I do at the end of the day, to just uplift me and make me feel magnetic. And not only does it make me feel magnetic, it also makes me magnetic at the end of the day, because the way you feel about yourself will be reflected to you from other people. So if you feel like you are worthy and you feel like you are magnetic, other people will, even if it's only subconsciously, other people will also see you as worthy and magnetic at the end of the day. And everybody wants that. Everybody would want a piece of that. Not from you, but for themselves. And I feel like if you can spread this energy of being in this energy, of being in this worthy energy, it does motivate other people to also start stepping up into that energy. That's something I really noticed about myself, is when I put myself in that magnetic energy, is it helps other women also learn to step up a bit. Even if it's just that tiny bit, they do take that step up and be, I feel like sometimes they also feel their own worth in your company. Because yes, energy is contagious, and if you are in that energy, you are contaminating everybody else with that positive, worthy energy. So I feel like I love that. I love how my energy can affect other people's energy and help uplift them and make them feel better about themselves at the end of the day. But it always comes down to how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself. and then change your mind, change your life. Yes. And I do want to add one. Yeah, I know this question asks for one embodiment practice or one embodiment ritual, but I do want to add this. I feel like there's a lot of influencers that says, like they high five themselves, or they like speak to themselves in the morning in the mirror and say, "You're looking good today." I feel like mirror work is actually very good for your confidence and embodying that feminine worthiness energy at the end of the day. And it can just be as small as when you brush your teeth, rinse your mouth, smile at yourself. Just look at yourself, and be grateful for yourself. Love yourself. Tell yourself, I love you and you deserve the best there is in the world. And also, or just if you can't do that, I know it's uncomfortable in the beginning. It was very uncomfortable in the beginning for me because I couldn't look at myself for more than a few seconds in the mirror. You just start with a smile, and then go over to a wink, and then start talking to yourself in the mirror and just affirming yourself and telling yourself like, oh wow, you look beautiful today, or telling yourself that you are worthy of everything. I love mirror work, and I do wish a lot of people would do that more often and just affirm themselves and love themselves more. And I feel like that really gives you a shift in your mindset and how you feel about yourself and how other people treat you. And yes, to answer that question, that does make you also more magnetic at the end of the day. Okay, so that is all for today. I answered these 5 questions. So if you do have questions you would like to ask me, you've got 2 options. You can either leave them in the comment field for me. I will check them out. Or if you want to stay a little bit more anonymous, you are most welcome to email me. It's just hello@clarice.online. You can email me, and then I will make a video answering your questions. I would love that, and I would love to help you in any way I possibly can. And then, yes, I have awesome digital products. There's like a reset into your feminine mini course, and I also have like a bunch of freebies and ebooks around feminine energy, depression, motherhood, and relationships. So if those are topics you're into, or you need some digital product help with them, you can check out my website, which is just clarice.online. So I will see you again next time, or I'll see you in one of my other videos. Or if you would like one of my digital products, there's like awesome freebies as well. You're welcome to go there. Okay, thank you for watching. I will see you again next time. Bye.